Good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. Man, it is freaking cold down here this morning, and windy, and seas are just starting to build. And a moment ago when I was walking down here, I said, hey, you know, the rain's down there toward Newport, but all of a sudden I'm getting surrounded by more ominous looking dark clouds rolling in also from the Long Beach area. So who knows if I'm going to get the morning briefing. And I'm just in from beautiful Mexico. I stopped up in Tikt. We handed out a lot of clothing down there, all thanks to you, and also had some other adventures. Also met some really great people. I think you're going to enjoy a lot of the Baja videos that we did, and we'll be presenting those to you as we go along. We've got a lot to cover. There's some extraordinary fishing going on down in Baja, California. Great long-range fishing. We're still dealing with inclement weather here in SoCal, but we'll cover exactly what we think lies in our future with regard to that. There's still squid around, and that bodes well for 2024 and a really great season. And of course, we will be looking in to the Bart Hall Show, which is on the horizon down in beautiful Del Mar, California, February 15th through the 18th. You are not going to want to miss it. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, that is exceptionally good here this morning. Kind of trying to warm up here a little bit. Man, it's looking nasty here all of a sudden. Pretty good brisk wind, and it's only going to get windier as the day goes on. So windy weather, as we told you a week ago, we had that in the forecast, and that forecast held very, very well for all of us. All right, let me see if I can grab this for you to start things off. There is a great bluefin tuna tournament coming up. I don't know if you can see that. It's windy down here. A great bluefin tuna tournament, the Baja Bluefin Tournament, and we're going to have a lot of details on that for you. You can see the website there. It is, of course, BajaBluefin.com. We're going to run an interview a little bit later with the gentleman who is making that a possibility, and it's a lot of fun. And the Bluefin Bite in May, that tournament will take place in May. It's usually very, very good. Thousands of dollars in prizes, and very reasonable to enter. More on that in just a moment. Hey, if you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. If you could share these videos with a friend, that is also deeply appreciated. Subscribe to the Friedman Adventure YouTube channel. And of course, tick the bell. You'll be notified when there's new comment. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. All right, let's jump into it with you all. Let's talk about some long-range fishing because it's been good. The big YFT have come out to play, and it's been excellent fishing on bigger grade yellowfin tuna, wahoo, and several other species. We take a look at the Intrepid weighing in a 220-pound yellowfin tuna back at the dock. Some exceptional big fish are being taken. John Aviles on the Red Rooster 3 fly line to mackerel and ended up with a 237-pound yellowfin tuna. Gary Rogers with a 232. I told you there were some nice YFTs, and they are on the bite. On the Royal Polaris, one day they had an excellent bite on mostly 110 to 253-pound yellowfin tuna. Another day, it was the 100 to 150 pounders. There's a few 40 to 60-pound great fish thrown in there, but it's mostly bigger fish as the long-range scene is in full crank right now. For those of you coming to us from some part of the world and you're not familiar with the San Diego long-range fleet, what they do, during this time of the year, it's winter time here in Southern California, they go down the Baja coast in search of more tropical type weather. They go on 16-day trips on long-range vessels that provide just an opulent experience for you all with culinary presentations that are absolutely incredible. I mean, you're eating prime rib, shrimp scampi, all sushi, sashimi. It's really, really good. And they are down there focused on this big yellowfin tuna right now. So once again, we'll continue to watch it. On the way home, some of these guys will even stop off and fish a little bit of rockfish, and they did that on the XL. There's our friend David Petruski with a nice lingcod. So some really excellent fishing going on for the long range boys out of San Diego, way down the Baja coast right now, several hundred miles, and they're all doing quite well. Really excellent fishing. In Baja, California, down in Cabo San Lucas, our friend Sean Morgan tells us just a few mile run outside of San Jose del Cabo, where they are encountering good striped marlin fishing, some yellowfin tuna, some dorado down there in that neck of the woods. It's been outstanding fishing. Really, really great down there in Cabo and the San Jose del Cabo area. Down at San Quintin, and of course, we're dealing with weather now in San Quintin and Ensenada. But previous to the weather, we've had some good shots of yellowtail on the Yo-Yo Iron down there in San Quintin. That's only 140 miles down below the border, where the U.S. and Mexican border, 140-mile drive down there, and you are in some really great fishing. We bump you up to Ensenada, or our friends at Blackfin Sport Fishing have been all over the bottom fish. It's been excellent. But also there's been flurries of barracuda. There's been the occasional yellowtail, those great big bonita, and excellent calico bass fishing. Ensenada has been going really, really well. And of course, down at Juanito Sport Fishing in Ensenada, right there on the Malecon, you can really have some fun with some great charter boats and fishing experiences. Or if you want to take a harbor cruise or go on a whale watch, they can provide that for you also. So Ensenada going very well. Well, of course, here in Southern California, as I look to see if there's any rain headed my way, we are dealing with this weather. And unfortunately, we're going to be dealing with more of it. Now, I mentioned to you that we get a window on Saturday, and we are going to have that window. There's going to be very little wind. It's going to blow, but blow itself out here later this evening. Saturday, I don't see any rain, and it looks like this ocean could really calm down and get a day's fishing in. But back on Sunday and Monday, that wind is going to come back into the picture, along with some more rain here in SoCal. So Saturday looks like it'll be your day to make things happen. Now, what can you do here in Southern California? Well, remember, rockfish season is open in Mexico, but it's closed here in SoCal. So you're going to be focusing on wintertime bass. You're going to be focusing on sculpin and whitefish, that kind of a thing. That's exactly what is going to happen. How will it be? You never know. I mean, when you're fishing fresh dead squid, you have a chance always to pull some nice big sand bass. Now, you're going to get a drop in water temperature, no question about it. But in the wintertime, sometimes fish don't get lockjaw that much. It all depends how big a drop in water temp we get from this storm. Sometimes that'll get fish lockjaw and they just won't bite. Normally it doesn't affect sculpin and whitefish, and you should be able to pull a few more bass. Fishing fluorocarbon, a lead head, and squid is a great way to do it. And you've got fish from down there in San Diego to all the way up into the Channel Islands. So we'll see if they can get a day in. It could be a little bit dicey, no question about it. A recent 20-pound halibut on board the Native Son out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. Remember, they are doing, along with several other guys, some of these halibut competitions this year. The Dolphin down there in San Diego. Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, more of the same. The Native Son up there on the Aloha Spirit. They've been focusing on halibut, also out of Cisco Sport Fishing in Oxnard, and doing pretty darn well. So we'll keep our eyes on all of that for you all. Matt Moyer, very few details, but look at that 10.4 pound calico bass on his scale. That's a nice big calico bass, a rare catch indeed. He said it measured 25 or 26 inches, wasn't quite sure. Maybe in a rush to get the fish back into the water, but a beautiful catch, and our hats off to you, Matt. Way to go. All right, Daryl Folger, man, he's world famous. He's part of the Rooster Crow crew, the guys that get together and do the Rooster Crow to remind everybody that the morning briefing is here. What a nice flatfish. He said he caught this 24-inch halibut off the beach, Rats Beach over there in Redondo Beach or Torrance Beach, California, in that area, and a nice catch indeed. Whenever you catch a legal flatty in the surf, man, I'll tell you, that is something you just can't beat. Nice catch, Daryl. And in your honor, the Rooster Crow lives on forever. You know what? I think I lost that video, by the way, Daryl. You guys are going to have to get together, do another Rooster Crow, and send it my way because I love that, man. All right, Jason Zombo, and he's a member of the California Surf Fishing Board on Facebook. He caught his first 7-gill shark, and he was stoked to do it. And he said he was wearing his California surf fishing shirt and thought that that brought him some luck. There's still some good barred perch fishing in this weather. It's very difficult and not recommended that you do any fishing, but when this all calms down, I think you're going to see more barred perch. They like the colder water, so if we get a drop in water temperature, that's not going to hurt it one bit at all. It is chilly down here this morning. Once again, we had a really great time down in Ensenada. I will have more about that trip. We'll do a tour later on today through the Ensenada Fish Market. You'll get to see what they're catching locally down there because they put it out there. They go out fishing every day, come back to the Mercado Negro in Ensenada, lay their catch out. You're going to enjoy that. We have a lot more for you. And of course, we are planning some surf fishing adventures later on. I worked on that. Going to have some more details on it for you down to Baja, California, where you can join Friedman Adventures for some really great adventures. Lobster, man, they crawl after a storm like this. You may be able to do that on Saturday, but you have to be very careful. I don't want you out in rough seas where you're going to put your life in danger for a dumb bug. So once again, you have a storm like this, you're not fishing for lobster, but when it calms down, that's when you go because they like to crawl after this kind of weather. No doubt about that. Man, I think I made it. No rain on my head, no thunder, no lightning. Still looks ominous surrounding me, but up above me, it's clear skies, and that is something that I am thrilled about so far here this morning. Once again, Bart Hall Show coming up. You're not going to want to miss that. We'll keep you in touch with the very, very latest. I got to go get my steering fixed. You know, I was in the borderline. I lost my power steering. I think I broke a hose and lost my fluid and had to wrestle my vehicle back here to Surfside from Mexico, and now I'll wrestle it over to the mechanic later on here this morning. All right, my friends, have a great day. As always, it is great spending time with you, and I hope I'm going to see you at the Bart Hall Show. If not, I hope to see you somewhere else really, really soon. Hey, March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, 22nd Street Landing. We'll have a little celebration, 9 a.m. to 1 in the afternoon, right there at 22nd Street. Free boat rides on board the El Patron for you and your family. Make sure you put St. Patrick's Day on your calendar to drop by in the morning and say hello to us. Take care. Have a great day, and I hope to see you really, really soon.